Welcome to our deep dive into one of the most infamous episodes in American history, the Salem Witch Trials. This tragic series of events that unfolded in colonial Massachusetts in 1692 not only changed the lives of those involved, but also left a lasting impact on American legal and cultural landscapes. Buckle up as we unravel the complexities of the Salem Witch Trials, examining their origins, the key players, the proceedings, and the aftermath. Our story begins in Salem Village, a small community in the Massachusetts Bay Colony. The year is 1692, and the region is grappling with a series of social and economic pressures. Salem Village, which is now present-day Danvers, was a place where the tension between the Puritan values and personal grievances were about to erupt into chaos. The Puritans, who had settled in Massachusetts to escape religious persecution in England, were known for their strict moral codes and strong belief in the supernatural. They saw the world through a lens of religious fervour, where any deviation from the norm was often seen as the work of the devil. This environment created a fertile ground for the witchcraft accusations that would soon take root. The seeds of the witch trials were sown in the home of Reverend Samuel Parris, Salem Village's minister. In January 1692, Parris's daughter Betty and his niece Abigail Williams began to exhibit strange behaviours, screaming, convulsing, and claiming to be afflicted by witches. Their symptoms were alarming, and in a society already primed for supernatural explanations, this set off a chain reaction. The role of spectral evidence became pivotal in the unfolding drama. Spectral evidence was a type of testimony where individuals claimed to see the spirits or spectres of the accused afflicting them. This form of evidence was based on the belief that witches could send their spirits to harm others. Cotton Mather, a prominent minister and influential figure in the trials, argued that spectral evidence was legitimate and should be used to prosecute alleged witches. The first official accusations were made against three women: Sarah Good, Sarah Osborne, and Tituba, Parris's enslaved woman. Tituba's confessions were especially crucial. She admitted to practicing witchcraft and named others who were supposedly involved, including Sarah Good and Sarah Osborne. Her confessions were instrumental in igniting the hysteria. The accusations quickly spread beyond Salem Village, affecting nearby towns like Andover and Ipswich. The grand jury endorsed indictments and trials were conducted with alarming speed. Those accused were often subjected to intense interrogation and, in some cases, torture. This created an atmosphere where accusations quickly became convictions. The Court of Oyer and Terminer, led by Chief Justice William Stoughton, oversaw the trials. This court was known for its aggressive pursuit of witchcraft cases. Major Nathaniel Saltonstall resigned in protest of the court's handling of spectral evidence, illustrating the growing discontent even among those involved in the trials. Throughout June and July 1692, a series of trials led to several convictions and executions. Sarah Good, Elizabeth Howe, Susanna Martin, Sarah Wilds, and Rebecca Nurse were all found guilty and executed by hanging on July 19, 1692. The trials continued through August, with notable figures like George Burroughs, Mary Easty, and Martha Corey being convicted. Burroughs' execution was particularly dramatic as he recited the Lord's Prayer perfectly, a feat that some spectators believed indicated his innocence. Despite this, the trials proceeded, with Cotton Mather reinforcing the court's convictions. In September 1692, the fervour continued with 18 more indictments. Giles Corey, who refused to plead, was subjected to peine forte et dure. a brutal form of torture where heavy stones were placed on the accused's chest until they either confessed or died. Corey's refusal to enter a plea led to his death under this cruel method. On September 22nd, 8 more people were executed. By October 1692, criticism of the trials grew louder. Cotton Mather's Wonders of the Invisible World, published in October, aimed to defend the court's actions but faced increasing skepticism. Governor Phipps halted the proceedings, noting the risk of condemning innocent people based solely on afflicted testimony. Judge Sewell, a prominent figure in the trials, later expressed regret, and by October 29th, the court's operations were officially dismissed. In January 1693, the newly established Superior Court of Judicature, Court of Assize, and General Jail Delivery, with William Stoughton as Chief Justice, reconvened in Salem. This court's initial trials led to the acquittal of several individuals, including Sarah Buckley and Margaret Jacobs. Although many were exonerated, Elizabeth Johnson Jr., Sarah Wardwell and Mary Post were convicted, though later pardoned by Governor Phipps. The legal procedures of the time were harsh and often unfair. Complaints were filed by individuals who attributed personal losses or illnesses to witchcraft. If a complaint was deemed credible, the accused was arrested and examined. The case would then be transferred to a superior court where witnesses testified before a grand jury. Evidence during the trials varied widely. Confessions, whether coerced or genuine, were heavily relied upon. Other evidence included items such as poppets, palmistry books, and ointments found in the homes of the accused. The touch test, where an accused witch would touch an afflicted person to see if their fit ceased, was also employed despite its dubious validity. Spectral evidence, where afflicted individuals claimed to see the accused spectre, was a significant factor in the trials. Theological debates raged over whether the devil required the accused's permission to use their shape. Critics argued that spectral evidence was unreliable, while the court maintained that it was proof of the accused's guilt. One controversial episode involved a witch cake, a method used to reveal witches through supernatural means. In March 1692, Reverend Samuel Parris recorded that Mary Sibley instructed his enslaved man, John Indian, to bake a cake using rye meal and the afflicted girl's urine. This practice was intended to expose witchcraft, but only added fuel to the growing hysteria. The aftermath of the Salem Witch Trials was marked by public and official attempts to address the wrongs committed. In 1696, the General Court declared a day of fasting to acknowledge the tragedy. Samuel Sewell publicly apologized in 1697, and Robert Calef's More Wonders of the Invisible World, published in 1700, provided a critical perspective on the trials. The Salem Witch Trials have left a lasting legacy, shaping American legal practices and cultural narratives. Petitions for reversing convictions and providing compensation continued into the 18th century. In 1711, monetary compensation was authorized for those wrongfully convicted. The last conviction was overturned in 2022, following pressure from schoolchildren advocating for justice. The trials have inspired a wealth of artistic and literary works, from Arthur Miller's play The Crucible to numerous films, books, and academic studies. The Salem Witch Trials remain a powerful reminder of the dangers of mass hysteria, flawed legal systems, and the importance of due process. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Salem Witch Trials. From their origins to their lasting impact, these events have become a pivotal chapter in American history, reminding us of the fragility of justice in times of fear and uncertainty. Tell us what creepy tale or curiosity we should talk about next. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, my friends.